Our verse today is Acts chapter 22, verse 3. I am a Jew, born in Tarsus in Cilicia, but brought up in this city, educated at the feet of Gamaliel, according to the strict manner of the law of our fathers, being zealous for God, as all of you are this day. The story of the conversion of Paul is narrated 3 times in the Acts of the Apostles, and that is to tell us how important it was. In Acts chapter 9, 1 to 19, the author, that is Luke, tells the story. But in Acts chapter 22, 6 to 21, and chapter 26, 12 to 18, Paul narrates his own experience. In chapter 21, the Jews in Jerusalem accused Paul of preaching and teaching everyone to forsake the law of Moses, and that he was bringing the Gentiles into the temple. In other words, he was anti-Judaism and defiling the temple. They stirred up the people against Paul, dragged him out of the temple, and intended killing him. But the chief captain came to his rescue, arrested him, and decided to take him to the barracks, if you read Acts chapter 21, 27 to 36. As they were about to take Paul into the barracks, he asked the captain to permit him to speak to the raging crowd. Acts chapter 21, 39 to 40. Chapter 22 opens with the address of Paul to the people in his defense. Our verse is part of the defense of Paul. Let us analyze the different elements. First, I am a Jew, born in Tarsus in Cilicia, but brought up in this city. Being a Jew is an indication that Paul was not a foreigner. The captain had taken him to be an Egyptian, if you read Acts chapter 21, verse 38. Paul had dual nationality. He was a Jew and a Roman citizen. Paul tells the captain that Tarsus was a no mean city of the Roman province, if you read Acts chapter 21, verse 39. In other words, he should be allowed to address the people. He was a Roman citizen. He had rights. However, he grew up among his Jewish brothers and sisters. He had to use his dual citizenship to his advantage. As a Jew, the people would listen to him as their brother. As a Roman citizen, he cannot be condemned without first hearing him out. Paul uses his God-given talent to defend himself. How often do we forget we are talented and use it for the right reason? Second, he was educated at the feet of Gamaliel, strictly in the law of Moses. Gamaliel was a prominent rabbi and a leader of the Pharisees during the New Testament period, if you read Acts chapter 5, verse 34. To have studied at the feet of Gamaliel means that Paul was a faithful and observing Jew. Hence he says he studied under the strict manner of the law of their fathers. How often do we study the Bible as Christians? Or do we just rely on what we hear or what people say? Finally, Paul had been zealous for God as all the people who were after him. Being knowledgeable in the law, Paul followed the law to the letter until he encountered Jesus Christ on his way to Damascus, having collected letters to go and arrest the Christians. Paul was not a convert from paganism. Jesus Christ changed his perspective about religion. So serving God goes beyond knowing the law or the Bible or being zealous for the things of God. It is about doing the will of Jesus Christ. It's about encountering Jesus Christ personally in our lives. We may be persecuting our brothers and sisters in the name of Christianity or religion, thinking we are doing the will of God. Paul teaches us we should learn from him. Let us pause today and reflect if our actions as Christians or as people who have faith are in line with the life of Jesus Christ or in line with what God really wants us to do, especially in our relationship with our brothers and sisters. Lord, help us to live out the spirit of the law and not the letters. Amen. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.